Iowa, old man winter is back. He's been back this week. He's here for revenge for such a nice January and December. And in his mind, revenge is a dish best served cold. We're going to see a couple waves of snow for your weekend. First on Friday, starting around 9 a.m. until midnight, we're going to see a first wave of snow. This is depicted by the GFS model. But Saturday, we're going to see even more snow and heavier snow, physically heavier. It's going to be a little bit warmer. Enjoy it while it lasts. Still not very warm. And that's going to make for some heavier, wetter snow. Totals, this is according to the GFS for your first wave. Heaviest amounts up here in northeast Iowa, back in my old stomping grounds. Maybe 2 to 3 inches at most, and trailing back here towards Carroll and Denison. The European model, not nearly as aggressive, only an inch, inch and a half up there, maybe around Decorah, Elkader. And then, yeah, even owing to the second wave, the European model not showing a lot of snow for your weekend. But look at this. GFS getting very aggressive with the snow totals, especially with the second wave on Saturday. And you kind of saw that in the loop we were looking at. There was a lot of deep blues on that map, bordering to some mixed precipitation down here around I-80. So yeah, it's depicting cumulative snow totals for these two waves from Omaha to Decorah. 7 or more inches of snow. Ames 8.5 inches. That's on top of what we already got this week. But this may not be reality. This is a possibility, so I'm showing it to you. But as we'll see here, some of the other models and averages are not this aggressive. Speaking of which, the SREF, this model, or composite, I guess, combines 22 different models and averages them out, in theory giving us a more likely picture. And you can see generally the northern quarter, northern third of the state, especially in northeast Iowa, picking up the heaviest amounts, but probably no more than 5 inches according to this mean average. And that is largely what the National Weather Service is also forecasting. If you look at these two maps, very similar. National Weather Service may be backing off a little bit here in north central Iowa. But for those of you in Decorah, Elkader, even down Independence, Dubuque, could be looking at 4 to 7 inches. And again, this is on top of what already fell for you this last Wednesday. So could be another snowy weekend, but yeah, it doesn't compare to what's coming after. This is probably the most dangerous weather item on the horizon. Your Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are going to be the coldest of the year. This is 6 a.m. for your Tuesday as you are getting ready for school if it's not going to get canceled. These are the actual air temperatures. -11 in Des Moines, -17 Mason City, even in Burlington, -6. Factor into those wind chills, and it is going to sting out there. Definitely a dangerous situation. -30s across northern Iowa, even down in southern Iowa, close to -20 or worse. Yeah, that is not fun weather to be out in. Hopefully we get some late starts or cancellations for our kids out there just to protect them from some very dangerous cold and wind chills. So, how did we do in our last couple videos talking about Wednesday's snowstorm? This is the estimated snowfall totals across the state, and you can see the heaviest band was generally along I-80 in the central and eastern part of the state. Most of the models we looked at were in general agreement with this. They may have had a little bit higher amounts for Waterloo and Dubuque, and there was one outlier model that showed much heavier snowfall in western Iowa, 7 or 8 inches, and that did not come to fruition. And even the National Weather Service was calling in the beginning from between 5 and 9 inches in Des Moines. That gradually back down as the day went on. Those heavier bands that moved through were just to the south of the metro, but did impact the I-380 corridor and the nose there in eastern Iowa. So not 100% accurate, but pretty in the ballpark, I'd say, as far as the forecast and the models we were looking at in our last videos. So where does that bring us for the year, for the season? Going back to September, how much snow has fallen in the state? Not a lot. Most of this came yesterday, Wednesday, with that snowstorm. Heaviest amounts, again, in that same area with that storm here in eastern Iowa. In parts of northwest Iowa, really lacking in the snow department. Pockets around Council Bluffs, Omaha, and Nebraska, Hampton, Allison there. Just pretty bland winter so far, and maybe that's a good thing for you. Speaking of precipitation, it is Thursday. We're going to take a look at the latest drought monitor released today. This does not include the snowfall that fell on Wednesday, but you can see compared to prior weeks, a little bit worse conditioning here in south central Iowa. This has eroded a bit and become abnormally dry for those areas. So thanks for watching. Do take the cold seriously. Even tomorrow morning, Friday morning, it's going to be pretty cold with the wind chills. Slight reprieve on Saturday, but Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday especially are going to be dangerously cold. So take care of your pets, your animals. Check in on the elderly and your neighbors. Just be smart. Have a good night, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.